Good morning. It is Thursday. Did you know section for Craving Now? Um, I told you we was probably going to talk about clippers. So I brought a few from the shop. I didn't bring a lot, but we can talk about it. But we're going to talk about being professional. You're going out in the professional workforce. You're going to need professional tools. What you get in your kit is okay for school and probably getting you at the beginning of your professional career, but you're going to have to invest in some professional grade tools. So we're talking about clippers, so professional grade clippers. They're going to cost a little more, but you're going to be able to do a whole lot more with them. You're going to have more power. You're going to have cleaner cuts. You're going to have cleaner precision lines when you're doing different things and your trimmers. But the number one thing we're going to do, you have to do your research. What's going to work for you? What feels good to you? Y'all know I'm all about ergonomic. I'm all about doing things ergonomically, making sure my tools fit in my hand ergonomically. I got to work with this tool all day long, especially if I'm doing in a franchise that's do nothing but haircuts or at a barber shop that do nothing but haircuts. You want good clippers. You want clippers that can withstand the test of the different types of hair, the density, the texture of the hair that you're going to be working with. Being able to navigate through that hair with ease without hurting the client. Okay, that's what it's all about. If your clippers can't navigate through a thick head of hair, okay, that's why you need to have more than one set of clippers. Okay, they all do different things, but try to get you one clipper that can do pretty much everything through a cut on every hair. Like I say, you want to go in that store, pick them up, look at the specs of it, go on YouTube, look at the reviews. A lot of barbers are using just about every clipper that's out there, and they can kind of break it down even further for you. But my choice of clippers are one of my clippers is the senior, Wall Seniors. I love them because Wall has made them ergonomically fit to your hand. I don't know if you can see this little groove here. It's a little groove right in there. And see how it's made from the front? I've used Seniors for a while now. Like I said, I used to use Andes Masters, but something happened where I kept, those clippers were expensive and they kept messing up and breaking, so I couldn't keep buying them. So I went did research and went to something else. So I did these right here. Okay, so that's a groove right in there that fits right in there, ergonomic. Okay, that's a ergonomically fit right there. Okay, so you want to look for clippers that ergonomically fit. When I close my fist, it's the same feel. So it's no strain on this muscle like when choosing your shears. You want them the shears in your clippers the same way. So like I say, this is my choice. You go out there and do your research, what feels good in your hand. Then you go for it and you buy them. But you want to always have at least 2 or 3 because you're going to be doing this all day long. I always have 2 cordless, and my cordless choice is the Wild Magic clippers. I love them because they're lightweight and they can navigate through some pretty thick hair. At times you're going to need that more torque, unless you have that Osters are made to navigate through a lot of hair as well. But I just don't like the bulkiness of them doing this in my hand, holding it like that. I don't like that. I feel like this puts strain right here. But like I say, to every person, it's different, things like that. So just make sure you choose what works for you and that what you're going to be using in your field of choice or whatever. So We talked about the ergonomically, and I want to show you, you always wrap your cords. Y'all know, I tell you, if you want longevity in your tools, you wrap your cords like this. These are probably about 10 years old. I've never had to change the blade because I keep them oiled. You want to oil them before you use them. Read the manufacturer's direction when you get your tools. Oil them before you use them. A lot of people don't oil, and that's why they grab the hair. You have to oil these first. Turn them on and oil them and let them get nice and lubricated. We have the spray oil that cleans and spray at the same time and disinfect at the same time. So you want to use those. We have the loose oil that you put in a bowl and you only submerge this part in there, hold it just like that, the angle with them on, and all the hair shoots out of there. I have never taken them apart unless you know how to do it and put it back together right. Don't try it, okay? So that's what you want to invest in. And once again, I told you, don't let people borrow your tools that you've invested your money in, because if they drop them and the head break, you need to go get another head. If it break, don't throw your clippers away. All you need to do is unscrew this, then you can buy these blades. Don't throw your housing away unless it drops so hard that it's cracked or something, that is messing with the inside technology, keeping it from doing what it's supposed to do. So everything, I know some students was like, I threw them away. You don't have to throw them away. You can take these off and put new heads on it, when you see them getting dull or they snatching or not cutting anymore. But as long as you take care of them, you should get some pretty good use out of these. Now, if you working in a place like cost cutters, not cost cutters, they're not around anymore, but strictly hair cutting and shampooing and styling, you may have to change them more often. Probably like every 3 months, I would probably change these blades. They do have the stones that you can keep them sharp. So if you're going to do that, you can keep these longer, because it'll sharpen, just like you sharpen your knives with the stones. They have them for your clipper heads, okay, and your trimmer heads. But I always look for ergonomic status and read the specs, pick it up, feel it, take it out of the box, and make your choice. And then when you get there and you use them, most of the time you can take it back before 30 days. If you don't like it, take it back. Take it back. And on your rechargeables, before you use those clippers, they come with a charge. But you want to put them on that charge base for the amount of time that the manufacturer's directions say so. If they say 24 hours, I'm sorry, I'm going to charge this for 24 hours, because if you don't charge it for 24 hours, you're not going to get the right charge for your tool. It already come charged. That's because they had to test it. So don't go use that, and don't keep sitting it on the base. When you keep sitting it on the base after every use, it has a memory. So you're telling your clippers to only stay charged for that 15 minutes, however long you use it between each time you use it. It get confused. No need to worry. You don't have to throw them away if they do that. Just let them run all the way down. Put them somewhere they're going to run or whatever. Just let them run till it cuts off. Then put it back on that base and let it charge for that 24 hours, like manufacturer's directions. Some say 18 hours for you to get your however many hours of charge. That's what you want to use it for. But on that same note, it's okay. A lot of things you don't know. I've thrown away clippers and didn't know. That's all I had to do. So that's why I'm putting this out there. Did you know that? So I love rechargeables because, like I say, they're lighter and I don't have to worry about the car. So I would definitely have some rechargeables in my clipper stash, and I always have 2. So I'm not going to try to recharge in between. 2 should get you through a pretty good day if that's all you're going to be doing, clipper cuts, and even if you're just doing haircuts, clip cuts, haircut, clipper cuts, which is a good place to start. If you want to perfect your cuts, go into a place that do nothing but haircuts. And then if you want to further that knowledge and branch out into the other aspects of cosmetology, now you got a very good hand on, hey, I know what to do with these cuts. if that's something you really want to perfect. They are there for you when you work in those franchises. They teach you how to cut according to the way they want you to learn it that way. And when you get out, you'll learn different ways to do things. But it's a great start, you know, if you're not haven't perfected your cuts while you're in school. Um, so, excuse me, y'all. I take my tea. Y'all know I have allergies. But we're going to our trimmers. I love my trimmers. I've tried all kind of trimmers. And once again, I'm all about ergonomic trimmers. I love the wall detailers or Andy's designers. They're kind of based the same. You don't have to, most trimmers, you have to zero gap to get a good, nice, I like crisp lines when I'm doing my cuts or whatever. That line just seals the cut, you know. But I wanted to show you, these are the newest ones from Wild, the Heroes. And I wanted to show you, when I say ergonomic, look at that. They done made them ergonomic. The regular detailers, the wall detailers, didn't have this ergonomic fit. Same thing, you know, I love it. Of course, I'm not going to hold my clip trimmers like this, but that same ergonomic fit. I do hold my trimmers like this, but guess what? My thumb still fit right in that little groove. Because, I mean, you just want to be light with tap, you know, tap where you need to tap or whatever. But these are the Heroes. I told y'all I'm always trying different stuff. So they give me that same crisp line like them detailers. We cool. You know, I don't have to zero gap these. The wall detailers do come in cordless. I didn't like how big and bulky they were. I was used to the detailers probably a little bit longer. And they do have a little T on it, T edge, not a lot T, where you can navigate around the ears real easy. So, like I say, you want a crisp line when you're doing cuts. That the line just seals the deal. So that's something you really want to look into. But like I say, they're kind of small, like peanuts. Peanuts don't give you that crisp line, but if you got elderly people, kids, you know, if you're working in a haircutting facility that just do haircuts, you're gonna do a lot of kids, you're gonna do a lot of elderly people. I would definitely have peanuts. I don't do peanuts, and I'll show you. I do the Andy Slim lines, and these are the Andy's Ion trimmers. But I got this polish on here because one set I have zero gap. Zero gap is going to give you just like you basically get almost like you're using a straight razor. When you come into edging up and trimming and everything. So I have 2 pair of these, the regular slim lines. And once again, you see how they fit in your hand, and they're so lightweight. And it has more of a T edge on it that sticks out a little bit further than the Heroes, the Wall Heroes. And so you got a little bit more space you can work around it, but they are so light. And when I tell you, they do what they supposed to do. But now if you drop them, I want to say I done bought at least 3 of them, because I dropped 1 pair and it was, it ain't doing, I had just bought them and they slipped out my hand and it didn't hit the mat, it hit the floor. And I don't want to throw them away because I'm going to let a barber look at them when I get the opportunity, because I'm done throwing away now that I know you can get somebody to look at them and fix them for you. But I haven't charged these, but these are my the ones that are zero gapped. And if you get them zero gapped, if you don't know how to do it, barbers do, but it's so close. If they're too close, they can kind of nick and cut. So you got to get somebody who really know how to zero gap. They got zero gap tools that come in the clippers now. These are not zero gap. So these are the ones that I use on kids and the elderly. They got a lot of good trimmers. Like I say, once again, you pick them up. I just like the lightweight. And this has got a lithium battery. That's why it's the Ion. Y'all know I told you I like Ion technology. These are just the regular slim liners. And this is the one that has the lithium battery, which lasts a long time. And I haven't charged these for like Well, I haven't used them, but they still got a charge. And this has been 3 months, so probably if I go in and do, once we get back in the salons and do some more cuts and stuff, I'll probably charge them. But I'm not going to charge them till this runs down. Remember I told y'all this one needs to be charged. So I can't charge. I'm not going to charge yet till we actually get ready to go back in the shop. But these are still got a charge on them all day long. And like I said, you want to invest. And I want to say you can probably get this one now for like, they running about 69, something like that. But they're worth every penny. And you want to build your tools up. And you're not going to let nobody use your tools, okay? I have, especially when, I was at Great Clips and we do that. But I just don't borrow nobody tools if I don't have to. Because if I drop it, I want to make sure it works, and I'm going to be a stylist of integrity. If I drop it, even if they didn't see me, I'm going to say, hey, I dropped them. If you have any problem with them, as a matter of fact, you give me that clipper, and I'll go buy you some more. But you use it for now. That's me. Because I done had my stuff dropped, and, like I said, it breaks up friendships. It's called friction in the workplace. I just don't, but I do have clippers and trimmers that I keep just for that purpose, because we are a family and we want everybody to be successful wherever you work at. So if somebody's having issues with their clippers, hey, I got some right in the back. You go get them, And if something happened to them, oh well, it is what it is. That's what I keep them for. But they still good clippers and good trimmers. But you definitely want to have some good trimmers. And like I said, when you're working with kids, and I think some places they have to be at least 5. I've seen them younger than that. Some say 3. So, babies moving around. So you want clippers that's not going to nick. The peanuts do that. But this gives you still a better cut than edge than peanuts without nicking. I always try them on my arm first, things like that. If it's nice and smooth, it'll be okay for a baby. And when you're dealing with kids, turn it on and just say, just put it on their skin so they can feel it, so they won't be afraid, because the sound is what scares kids. Just throwing that out there. Did you know that? So, because the minute you do that, they just jump and they be like, and I'm like, oh, hey, you say, hey, bzz, bzz, bzz. You got to do things to distract kids. And when you're doing the hair, when you make the noise, bzz, 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 like a bumblebee, and they kind of get at ease, and they know it's not going to hurt them. So they'll get used to this sound. When people bring them earlier, it's actually better, because they grow instead of being like 7 or 8 before they get a, first professional haircut. But definitely you want, this one is not zero gap, but you still get a pretty edge on this without it being too sharp. I will not use this on kids or elderly people, because elderly people have more skin. As you get older, you lose your elasticity. That's why I'm trying to do these exercises up in here. But definitely I won't use these on elderly people. You can some, but if they got a lot of loose skin and the wrinkles, I just pull out my other one, or my detailers, or my heroes. They're already made for a nice, good edge, okay? I don't know if you can see. I'm going to try to put them up close. I don't know how close we're going to get. I'm trying to turn them how you can see the bottom and the top. That's when you kind of zero gapping. And I'm going to show you how close that is. Try to turn it that way. I don't know if you can see. Yeah. Turn it that way. That bottom plate, and you see it's like a nanosecond away from each other. That's how you get a zero gap. And I wanted to show you that one. See how close that is? That's the first thing I look for. Or do I have to zero gap? In the box, your specs will tell you if you have to zero gap. So these you don't have to zero gap, and you get a nice crisp edge. You know, when I was at my hair cutting places, the guys that have beards, I use these, and they be like, where you get that from? Because it looks like a straight razor, you know. It cuts just almost as close as a straight razor. So, and they love that nice, clean, crisp line, you know, here and there and here and there, making it look like bam, bam, pow, you know. And that's, you know, they give you good tips when you do that, you know, when you put the quality in. When you put the quality in. And another one I wanted to show you are, this is what we call a shavers. I've used the Andes. I've used the Wahl. You're going to pay every bit of $99 plus tax and then some for those two. And you have to replace these heads so often, you know. You have to replace the head so often. And so I went on Amazon. This is called the Serpent. So when I pulled up the Andes shaver, and I wanted to the Andes shaver, Andes and Wahl is like a box. It's just like a straight box.